Hello everybody, welcome back to another video on the Universe Shot, and today we are going to be reviewing the brand new LEGO Dungeons and Dragons collectible minifigure series. Now of course, before I begin the video, I just want to say that if you do enjoy and want to keep up to date with all of the latest LEGO news from me, then make sure to subscribe as well as like the video and turn on notifications, as well as follow me on Instagram and join my Discord server. Links will be down in the description below. But with that being said, everyone, let's get right into it. This has been a very highly anticipated CMF series from a lot of fans, including myself, and I'm not really a massive Dungeons and Dragons fan. I've only watched the film once and I've never actually played the board game, but I gotta say, overall, you've got a lot to sit down for this CMF series. So here is the box. It is set 71047 and it will be releasing for September 1st of 2024, where it will include 12 minifigures to collect in total, and each of the blind boxes will be retailing for £3.50 in the UK or $5 USD. Here's the leaflet that you do get, which has the checklist of all 12 of the minifigures, and as you can see, it does showcase some of the alternate facial expressions and alternate heads, which are showcased as well on the figures, and we'll get into that in just a bit. And then on the front, it does show a few of the accessories and how to assemble them for some of the minifigures. But let's get into the actual review of all of the figures of the series. So we're going to start off by taking a look at the Dragonborn Paladin. And I gotta say, overall, this is definitely one of my favorite minifigures of the series. I absolutely love the dragon head that's been recolored in the pearl gold for this minifigure, and the armor piece is amazing as well. It's got some really nice printing on that, and I also really like the printing on the shield. And then it does also have some really great leg printing, and it even has side arm printing as well, which was definitely not needed because it is pretty much covered up. You can't really see it too much. You can only see the ends of the arms, but I'm really glad that LEGO included it. And what's even better is that they did include the torso print as well, which was definitely not needed, but I'm really happy that they did it overall and adds a great touch to the minifigure. Next up, we have the female Dwarf Barbarian, and I gotta say, overall, this one is pretty mediocre. Probably my least favorite minifigure of the series. I do quite like the use of the extra head that's been included there to allow for some customization, so you can really customize these D&D minifigures, which I think is a great idea from LEGO's behalf. She's also got some really nice torso printing as well as side arm printing. However, there's no leg printing on the minifigure, which is very unfortunate and should have definitely been included. And I also really love the axe build as well. That is definitely the highlight of the minifigure for me. Moving on, we have the Githyanki Warlock, and this one is incredible. I believe that the hairpiece is actually new with the ears molded on it, and I think overall that looks fantastic. But I think the best part is definitely the staff with the eye on. I think it looks great. Honestly, love that eyepiece that they've got going there. It also comes with the shoulder pads, and then you do also have the torso, which has got some pretty nice printing on there. There's no arm printing, which is quite unfortunate, and then there is also some leg printing on it as well, which is nice to see there. But overall, it's definitely a lot better than the female Dwarf Barbarian. Here we have Tasha, the Witch Queen. I really love the arm printing on the minifigure, and they do also include a book for her as the accessory, which has a little bit of parchment inside. The torso printing and the leg printing are phenomenal, and I forgot to mention this earlier, but you'll actually see the base plates do actually have this stone print on them, which is present in all of the D&D minifigure series, which I think is going to be a very useful piece in the future for a lot of mock builders. I also really like the hair hat combo as well that she has going on, and then she does also include a pot. Next up, we have the Halfling Druid, and overall, it's a decent minifigure. I think the highlight, however, will definitely be the new molded hood that they've got going on with the antlers that have been molded onto the sides. I think that looks great, and they do also include an alternate head for the minifigure. And then we also have the half-elf bard, which I think it looks good, but it's nothing amazing in my opinion. I do quite like the new hairpiece that they've got going on there, which has the ears attached to it. That is actually a new mold that has been introduced for this minifigure. It's also got the alternate head as well as the sword and the little guitar as the accessories, which has got some really nice printing on there. And I also quite like the torso printing as well. It's quite simplistic, but I think it looks pretty good overall, and love the use of the turquoise there as well. And the minifigure does also feature dual molded legs, which is nice. However, there is no arm printing, which again I think is pretty unfortunate. Here we have Strahd von Zarovich, and I think this minifigure looks phenomenal. The head printing is great, the torso and leg printing is just amazing, and the legs are also dual molded as well. They also feature a sidearm printing on the minifigure, which is a nice add-on, and then the accessories are a wine glass and a sword, and then they also do include a rat, which has been recolored in black with some red eyes that have been printed on it. Next up, we have the Aarakocra Ranger, which I gotta say again is one of my favorite figures of the series. It's got an amazing new head mold, which I think looks phenomenal, and also the wing mold is new as well, which is able to attach to the neck. It's also quite nice to see the recolored fawn legs with white as well, and it's also got some really cool printing on there. They also do include a little small dog as the extra accessory, and then it does also have the bow and arrow, which has been recolored in tan. And overall, I just think this minifigure is incredible overall, and would love to get duplicates of this one in particular. Here we have the Lady of Pain, and I gotta say I am in love with the new molded headgear piece. I think it looks fantastic. She also includes the accessory of the cubic gate, which looks great, and she does also have a red cape as well. The printing is quite nice. However, I do wish that she had some arm printing on her. However, she has got front, torso and back printing. Here we have my favorite minifigure of the series, and that is the Mind Flayer. I just think it looks incredible. I love the brain accessory and also the molded head. I've had a lot of people asking me whether the molded head is rubber or not. The answer is no, it's just the normal hard plastic. It's got arm printing, which looks phenomenal, and I've heard a lot of people saying that they could use that for Balon from the Ahsoka show. I totally agree. I think it would work perfect on him. And also the torso printing is really good as well. And they've also got back printing on the robes, which I think looks great, as well as on the front of the robes. And overall, this minifigure, in my opinion, is just a 10 out of 10. Definitely the best figure of the series, in my opinion. Next up, we have Szass Tam. Now, unfortunately, I don't have any video footage of this minifigure. However, I do have two pretty clear images of the figure, so we can easily take a look at it. Overall, I think the minifigure is pretty good. I really like the translucent red skull piece that they've got for the head. I think that looks great. And I think that will definitely be a very desirable piece in the future. He also has the flame piece as the accessory, which can be fired from his hand. I also love the robes as well. The face print looks incredible, and the torso printing as well looks really good. I love how you can see part of the actual skeleton. And I think that this is a really good looking minifigure overall. And again, this would definitely be one that I would love to buy duplicates of. I just think it's such a cool minifigure. And it's very unique as well compared to other things that we've seen in the past. And then the last minifigure that we have is the Tiefling Sorcerer, and again, no video footage of this one. However, we can see from this image that she does actually come with two heads, one for a male version and a female version, so you are able to change the gender. There is also a baby dragon mold that's been included, which looks phenomenal, and this new lightning mold piece, which looks great. I've heard a lot of people saying that they will probably end up using that for Gambit in the X Mansion. I totally agree. Arm printing is on point, leg printing is great as well, and she also comes with dual molded legs, and the torso printing looks great. And I also love the new hair mold that they've got with the minifigure as well. So my final opinions on the CMF series is I think it is one of the best CMFs that LEGO have ever made. The reason why is because every minifigure is just so unique, and I think this is truly one of the first times where you really think that £3.50 is actually worth it for each of the minifigures, because you're getting the new exclusive molded heads, you're getting a good amount of accessories for each of the figures, and you're also getting the alternate heads as well for quite a lot of them. So I think with all that in mind, the value of each minifigure is definitely really good. Is it the best CMF series of all time? I'm not really sure. I really like the Marvel ones, but I might just be a little biased there because I'm a massive Marvel fan. I also really like the Disney ones as well. The Looney Tunes one and the Muppets ones are also some of the CMFs that are pretty high up for myself. However, this is definitely going to be making my top 5 for the CMF series. I think it's great, and I think a lot of people are going to love this. Like I said at the start of the video, I am not a Dungeons & Dragons fan. I've watched the new film once, and I didn't know any of the characters' names. I just watched it for fun because it was on TV, so I put it on. I've never played the board game either. So for me to like this CMF series, I think that says a lot, because I don't know any of these characters that well. I'm just looking at this CMF series as a generic LEGO fan. And as a generic LEGO fan, the series is absolutely phenomenal. So I can see a lot of people definitely getting this series on day one. But there we go, everyone. With that being said, this is the end of the video. If you did enjoy, then why not subscribe as well as like the video and turn on notifications, as well as follow me on Instagram and join my Discord server. Links will be down in the description below. Let me know down in the comments below what you think about the LEGO Dungeons and Dragons CMF series. I'll talk to you guys soon. So peace out, see you later, and bye bye.